Tomorrow I fly, and I don't really know how to explain what this feels like because this isn't just a trip. This isn't just me getting on the plane and flying to Shanghai. This is me standing on the edge of one life and stepping into another. I'm leaving Albuquerque behind, and that means I'm leaving people that I love behind. I'm leaving my grandma, and that's probably the hardest part. She's just not my granny, but she's my buddy. We've been close my whole life. We've been through hard times together. Since COVID, we've been together through so much, and now I have to walk away from the comfort of knowing she's right here with me. I'm leaving behind my friends, Melanie, Chi, Jen. I'm leaving behind people I care about. And honestly, I don't know when I'm going to see some of them again. Maybe never. You know how this goes, this thing called life. I'm also leaving behind my job and some of the nicest people I've ever worked with. People who gave me a chance. They gave me a place. People who made me feel like a real team member in a society where that's really hard to find, especially in policing and security, where the teams mean everything. They gave me acceptance, friendship, support, and that means more than they'll ever know, or anything I could ever tell them. I think they know in their hearts. Albuquerque, this time in Albuquerque, helped shape a new me. This place saw me get sober. This place saw me beat alcoholism. This saw me grow as an artist and a musician, as a man. But this old place holds a lot of pain. Lost friends, a lot of family that don't talk to me anymore, years and years of poverty, carrying this poor mindset, years of watching bad leadership and broken policies drag this place further and further into hell. So I'm not leaving with hate in my heart, but I am leaving some things behind that I really don't want to come back to or see ever again. I'm leaving behind self-defeat. I'm leaving behind the poverty mindset. I'm leaving behind the version of me that kept surviving, but I've never really been fully living. So tomorrow I go back to China, and China for me is complicated. I lived 8 of my best years there before COVID. It's not filled with happy times, not all of them, but many. It feels like a homecoming. It feels like a second chance. It feels like a place where I once had happiness and really felt free. But it's also a place where I had to face my own failures, my own patterns, my own self-destruction. This time I'm going back with clearer eyes. I'm not going as a perfect man with everything figured out. I'm going back knowing how flawed I am to find my post-50 purpose. I'm going as a witness. I'm going as an appreciator. I'm going as an artist, a working musician, and a man who still believes there's a better way to live. That's what Glitch China is. It's not just travel. It's not just food videos, which you're gonna love. It's not just pretty streets, big cities. Glitch China is about showing people the things we don't see enough anymore. Family values, traditional lifestyle, respect, education, culture, a way of life that doesn't feel like it's built completely out of hate, out of division, out of everybody trying to destroy each other to make themselves look better. I want to show China through my eyes. Not as propaganda, not as fear or politics, not as some headline written by people who have never sat at a dinner table with real families there. I want to show the human side, the streets, the food, the music, the old places, the new cities, the families, so many conversations, strange moments, beautiful moments, funny moments, moments that hopefully make you stop and think maybe the world is bigger than what we were told. It's not all showcased on what you can find on YouTube or the TV. From my perspective, you're going to see something very real. I need to be honest about that. The biggest fear isn't the flight. It isn't the language. It isn't going back to something unknown for me. The biggest fear is going back with very little in my pocket. I know what financial stress can do to a person. I know what it feels like to be far away from home and feel like nobody is coming to save you. There's nobody that you can ask for help. I've been in that darkness before. I've felt the pressure before. And I do not want to go back to that place. So before I leave, I'm making promises to myself. I'm not going to self-destruct this time. I'm going to keep producing footage for you and for my personal life diary. I promise that I'm going to stay sober. I'm not going back to a place, the dark place that I've been for 30 years of my life. That's the mission before the mission. Because Glitch China isn't just about China. It's about me trying again. It's about building something out of almost nothing. It's about taking the tools I have, my camera, my music, my voice, my experience, my pain, my humor, my curiosity, and I'm using them instead of letting life bury me. So tomorrow I fly. I don't know exactly what happens next. I don't know what doors will open. I don't know what problems will hit me. I don't know what this project becomes. But I know this. I'm going to follow the story. I'm going to document the journey. I'm going to show you through my eyes what I see, and I'm going to keep it very real, and I'm going to keep it very interesting. So if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever had to rebuild your life, if you have ever wondered if another version of your life was still waiting somewhere out there, you can do it too. Come with me. This is Glitch China, and tomorrow the journey begins.